So I am not loving the sprinklers that I have out in the garden right now. They don't spray far enough. They spray kind of up. I have a couple different kinds out there that I just don't like. The reason I was trying to get away from these ones specifically was because these ones spray too much, but I would rather have too much than not enough. So unfortunately, I'm going to be switching out a bunch of these. But in order to do that, I need to find all the little connector pieces, because when I pull them out of the drip system that's out there, the hose just kind of sticks. It's kind of a weird thing, so it doesn't come out easily. I guess I could, if I run out of them, I could just kind of clip the little drip line that's in there, and I may be doing that if it becomes too much of an issue and I need those parts. But right now, which I actually think I will probably have to be doing, because I don't think I have enough parts in here. So I have 3 right now that I can transfer over, and then I guess I am just going to have to go out there and pull them out of the drip line and replace them with these ones. So I went ahead and turned on the water so I can kind of show you what I am talking about. If you see this one right here, so I have a plant here, and I have a tiny little plant right here that you probably can't even see. And the idea here is to just put one sprinkler head in between 2 plants, and it's just not reaching this one over here. So what I'm going to do, like the same with this one, is that it's kind of reaching this one a little bit more than it's reaching that one. But this one right here, which I'm going to be switching them out to, it reaches both of them. So I like that a little bit better. Again, this one right here, just not doing it for me. So these need to be replaced. And then the other type of sprinkler head that I have in here is this one right here. And it sort of shoots up like a bell this way as opposed to shooting down this way. I mean, that's fine enough, I suppose, but I don't know, I'm not liking that. So I need to turn off the water so that way when I'm changing out the sprinkler heads, the water just doesn't shoot me in the face. So I could just pull off this here, but it is not very, well, that one was actually very easy. So let's see if I can. This one, on the other hand, not so easy. That one. Yeah, that one just does not, they don't want to come off. So I want to go see if I can find some that are already detached. Okay, so I got 4 of them, and I can get the other ones off of there if I just step on this little hose right here, but I ain't dealing with that right now. So hopefully I can get this to go in here pretty easily. And maybe that was the problem, is that this hose is a lot stiffer than the other hose, and I don't know if this one's gonna go in. Okay. So that one is done. That's not what I wanted to happen. Okay, I got the ones changed out that I wanted to get changed out because I still have a lot of planting in this garden to do. Cal, no. But I just want to give you a little bit of an update also on the plants that I have put out here so far. And so far, so good. I had a couple of casualties, which is to be expected, but let me show you what's going on. So here's tomatoes. I gotta put 1 or 2 more there. Probably that one and that one there. This one I thought was gonna die, but it seems to be doing okay. And then these ones here are doing just fine. And then this is a goner, this is a tomatillo, but I have this other tomatillo here. It's looking pretty good. I don't know if you can see because of my shadow, but that one's looking good. So here I had 2 casualties. Something did come in here and eat these 2. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the birds or mice or what, but this one's doing all right. This one's doing all right. This one died. I got these 2 here. I didn't plant anything here because I have something specific that I want to put there and I didn't have one ready. And then I have this one, and then all of this open space down here. So that's kind of where I'm at in the garden. I will be planting out at least the rest of the tomatoes and the peppers here shortly. And I'm probably going to end up going to the nursery and getting some other things that just aren't looking very good when it comes to my seeds. So, but yeah, I'm going to get the rest of this garden planted out and see what I can find from the nursery. So I went ahead and picked up a few things from the nursery, and I only grabbed these things because some of my peppers are still just really small and I have a lot of space to fill up. My eggplant, they just did not do very well. They were very, very micro, and I just don't think that they're going to do too good. So I bought a couple of those, and then I bought a couple of bell peppers that I need to go ahead and just put into the ground really quick so that I can call this garden good, and every box will have something in it. I do have a total of 4 boxes, I believe, right now that have nothing in them. But 2 of those boxes have a couple of things that I'm going to be planting in there, and then 2 of the boxes, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I might just throw in some like melons, watermelons or something. I'm not 100% sure, but I also would like to get that taken care of because this garden needs to be done. So I'm going to start by putting in some jalapenos. This planter box right here has been one of the ones that I'm just not really sure what I was going to put here, but I think this is where I'm going to put my eggplants. I have 3 of them. I have 2 of the New York eggplants, or 1 of the New York eggplants, and then 2 of the Black Beauties. So those are going to go in here, and yeah, I still got to figure out what to do with the other ones. If I have a root ball that's tough like this to separate these 2 plants, I'm going to take this and just soak it in some water so that dirt just kind of will fall out of there. Alright, while that is soaking looking over there, I'm going to get these bell peppers planted here. And here I have 1 green and 2 oranges. Cow, no. Alright, I'm going to see if I can pull these apart. They seem to be planted in a totally different kind of medium. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's not like, I don't think it's regular dirt. So, they are super entwined. Like I was just tugging and I couldn't get them apart without breaking the roots. So, I don't know if this is going to work. I think I'm just going to plant them together and see what happens. And you know that everything that was just planted also needs to be fertilized at half strength. So I am going to just go ahead and get everything fertilized that I just planted. And then there's one more step that I've got to do before this is complete. And that is I need to come in here where all of my tomatoes are close to the ground, and I am just going to pinch those bottom leaves off with my fingernail. And that is just because that is an easy way for disease to get on your plant, and you want to have good airflow. And I'm noticing here that there is a set of flowers that has just set. I'm going to take that off as well, because I still want this thing to focus on getting bigger, not setting fruit yet. So I am just going to come through on all of my tomatoes, and anything that is close to the ground, touching the ground, is going to get pinched off like a turd. And this is something you want to keep doing throughout the growing season. I think that the rule of thumb is once you start seeing flowers being set on here, you want pretty much everything below that first set of flowers taken off so that you get as much airflow as possible. There are some people who extremely prune their tomatoes, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try and keep as much of the foliage off the dirt as possible. like that. So that's it. It's that simple. I am just trying to give my garden the best chance at life right at the beginning that I can. And that means fertilizing, a little bit of pruning, making sure that your plants are just overall healthy, and then you should have a pretty successful garden. I do have one more box that I need to plant out, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to put in there. I thought I was going to put carrots in there, but it's just too hot, I think, at this point. So I'm going to hold off on that box. Don't know what's going in there, like I said, but the garden's pretty much complete. At some point, once everything starts to grow and I can tell that it has been established, I will do an overall garden tour with you if you are interested in that. So thanks for hanging out with me. Get out there and garden, and I'll see you next time. Bye.